Alright, so I just finished chapter 9. The bit with Gunhild was interesting. The parallel it has with the That's a Lie scene from early on in Higurashi, where the music changes and the facial expression changes. But this time it's not supposed to be something that's really scary. It's just a mood shift. So yeah, apparently Gunhild is hiding a lot of feelings that we haven't seen before. Not really too much to say other than that. Just more world building, obviously. So yeah, the last scene obviously is big because it reveals that Maya is the new secondary secretary. That yeah, it's kind of there against her will. So obviously Gunhill's not going to be happy when she finds out about that. And this seems to be in Latin America still. So I'm thinking maybe that Gunhild will do something that will possibly spark a war with Latin America. It's cool that Tajiro seems to be an international spy. That's pretty fun. Alright, spoilers for chapter 10 from this point onward. So it starts off with the three kings deciding to start World War IV, and then we get news reports, and then the Gauntlet Knights getting together to talk about it briefly, talk about how there's possibly a conspiracy, and possibly somebody's doing it to benefit off the stock market. And then, wow. So Tajiro is Miao's father. I definitely did not see that coming. That makes me wonder if maybe Veer is Miao's mother because of the Higurashi connection there. So, yeah. Cool. Also, it's interesting because we know that Tajiro is involved with a lot more than we know. And seems like he very, very easily could be working with the three kings. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, so Tajiro just referenced the prophecy line that the Evo Miyao in Miao's head also used. And I probably should have realized this sooner. I mean, it's not guaranteed. But I'm not sure if I fully formed this idea yet that personality that Miao talks about is probably the one working with the three kings, or probably is working with the three kings, and actually has control of Miao sometimes. So it's just like the other Miao, the female Miao, that can take control and that he can also converse with while it's still there, and etc. So, yeah, to use that term, I mean, I would assume that that personality is working with the three kings, and I assume I'm not sure if Tajiro is as well, or he just has sources, but yeah, that's my guess right now. Also, of course, the specifics that other personality uses doesn't just sound like he knows that the three kings are planning a war. I mean, he specifically describes how Miao was supposed to kill two different people, so I don't know if there's a supernatural thing going on here. It seems pretty likely, but somehow he seems to be able to see the future. I mean, I don't think that's that clear, but I don't know if there's time travel or what exactly is going on, but something. It seems like. I mean, because otherwise the fights were too specific. It was like he knew exactly what the battles were going to be like. And of course he could just be wrong, but I don't think that would be a really weird narrative choice, so I doubt he's going to be wrong about those events. So as the scene goes on, it definitely seems that Tajiro is on the side of morality, I guess you'd call it. One random interesting bit was them mentioning in the main characters in every era is the young. That strikes me as odd for one to think that, because usually world leaders are not particularly young. Also, it strikes me particularly Japanese. For whatever reason, it seems like Japan has an obsession with youth and thinking like your younger days are like the prime of your life. But if you're looking at world history in particular and talking about like the people that made the biggest impacts, I mean, I think they're very rare that they're actually young, like Mio young. And now Tajiro saying that this may be the last time we ever meet, and if we meet again, I'll tell you something really important. Sounds very reminiscent of something that Rudolph says in Yumeneko. Well, and then we finish off chapter 10 with another big scene. So, the way it's being presented is that it seems like Tomotaki is double crossing his. I'm sorry, not Tomotaki. Tomojiro is Tajiro. Yeah, is double crossing his son. But it also seems like the Jestress is double crossing the Three Kings, kinda. At least she has her own agenda. So it still leaves the possibility open of both of them being kind of good or both of them being kind of bad. Or that Tajiro is also going to double cross the Jestress as well. I'm thinking the Jestress is at least better than the other ones, better than the Three Kings. Maybe something she's forced into. Also, there's definitely something weird going on with her, but something about like when they talk about her nightmare and all that. But I think it's really too early to speculate. It would just be completely wild, random speculation if I tried right now. But it obviously does seem reminiscent of a Yumeneko character, Lambda Delta. So, alright, that's the end of chapter 10. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.